Good afternoon or good morning, everyone. I know that some of you are wondering what kind of information do I have today. And I just have a very common question that I keep getting from you people that you normally ask me. I'm coming to Turkey. Which one should I go for? Is it a work permit or resident permit? And what's the difference? Please, if you're new here, try as much as you can to like, share with your friends and family, and subscribe to my channel. This is the only way you can also help me as I'm giving information for you for free. Now, before I start, I would like to explain this thing to you. Before you come to Turkey, some of you get a visa before coming. And I'm going to do a video about the different or which visa you should come in for if you really want to get a resident permit as easy as possible. I will explain that one also for you. But today we are all going to focus on the difference between work permit and resident permit. Now, work permit, let's start with the work permit. What is work permit? Work permit is just like the government or the state has given permission to work in a particular place. And this comes as a result of the company has agreed to pay your insurance to the government that, hey, this foreigner is working with me, so I'm going to be responsible for that person. So in that case, you have to give the person work permit, or you have to give the person permission to work in my company. Now let's come to resident permit. Resident permit just means that you are now living in the country legally. You can go and come back within the period that is stated on your resident permit card. Okay? So let's assume that they give you 5 months for you to stay in Turkey. Within 5 months, you can go to your country and come back, or go out from Turkey and come back without visa. Or unless you are part of the country that are exempted from visa, for example. So, or another way for if you have a resident permit is that if you stay here for a long time, even if you are going out, you are not going to pay any fine, or you are not going to do anything, pay anything to the government because you are living here legally. So that's the difference. But people get confused here. When you come, which one is more important and which one is not more important? And why do you need one? Why don't you need one? Let's say, for example, you just came to Turkey for fresh. Okay, when you come to Turkey for fresh, you need to apply for a resident permit, not work permit, because the work permit comes as a result of a company has agreed to take you and work with them, and they have agreed to pay your insurance to the government. In that case, the government can give you work permit. And note this, you cannot use work permit to open a bank account, or you cannot use work permit to receive money from like a Western Union, or you cannot use work permit to send money from Western Union, for example. But you can use resident permit, because the resident permit has the address of your home. Okay, with the resident permit, and you can, when you have a resident permit, you can go to the immigration office, then you will update the system with your address, and your address will always be there. Anytime they put your resident permit number in any system, your address will always be there. But with the work permit, it's different thing altogether. Work permit just to show that you have given permission to work in a particular company. So immediately leave that company, the company has the right to cancel your work permit. Or anything like if you are working in a particular company and they issue a work permit, when you are living there, when you leave that particular place, you cannot use that work permit in another place again. Because the company that you're working with, they make the work permit for you, and they're going to submit a document to this government, so the government will give you permission for you to start working with them, not with anywhere, with them. So immediately you leave that place and go to another place, it means you cannot use your work permit again. But resident permit, no, it's not like that. You can move from one city to another city with the same resident permit. You just have to go to the immigration and update your address. That is all. So this is the difference. So when you come first, the key thing I always suggest is that the resident permit is the key thing here. Because if you have a resident permit, it is not allowed. You are not permitted to work. However, you can work so far as you are not causing any problem. And remember, with a resident permit, if you are working in a place and you have issue with the boss, it's kind of very difficult for you to go to the police to report the police, because for the first time you are not legally allowed to work there. However, if you go and report the police, they can come and hold the person who employed you responsible, and the person will be charged to pay a fine, and you will be deported, for example. So these are the two different things. Resident permit is more important to me than work permit, because with a work permit you cannot go out and come back again by using only work permit. But immediately you get work permit, for example, your resident permit is just like you don't need it anymore, unless you are going to places like bank, or you are going to places where like to take money or to receive money from what's the name, from outside the country. Then in that case they need your resident permit. Because last week I was at a Western Union to take some cash. Then I remembered a lady who has a work permit went there to send money, and they said no, they cannot send money with work permit. So they need either the passport or the resident permit. So the person also said, I have the picture. I said no, they don't need the picture, but they need the real one. The person should go and bring the real one with them. So in short, as I said, people are still asking me, how can I get to work permit? How can I get resident permit? These are two different things. Work permit is the company that we are working with. They will issue you a document, and they are ready to pay your insurance. Then they can issue you work permit. However, resident permit is not so. With the resident permit, you are immediately entitled to apply for resident permit. Immediately you come to Turkey, and after 90 days you are to do that, because immediately you come to Turkey, you have 90 good days to live for free without residency. And if you live within that 90 days, in that case you don't have to pay any fine to the government. However, if you live more than 90 days, then they will start to count fine for you. But work permit is not so. Work permit is after you get employed, the employer will agree, okay, I'm going to give you work permit, and we sign a contract. So these are two different things. You need resident permit more than work permit, because with the resident permit you can still work in a place, and the company will not give you the work permit, but you can still work for that place, so far as you don't have any misunderstanding or any problem with the person, which will have to involve the police, where the police has to come in and ask you for your work permit. But you can work there for free, and nothing is going to happen. Of course, they know that you are here to look for a daily bread, so you also have to work for some time. So I hope this video has helped you a lot, or that this video has explained things that you are looking for a long time. So this is the basic thing. When you come first, make sure that within the 90 days you apply for your resident permit. So after you start working in a place, then you can now get work permit. You sign a contract, and the company will give you work permit. That is if the company is ready to give you so. So we would like to end here, and see you next time. Bye bye.